In this Newsmakers segment, we're talking about the most important meal of the day with UNL Extension and the benefits of having a well-balanced breakfast.
And we're talking about breakfast in this Newsmakers segment, and joining me now is UNL Extension educator Brenda Oftenkamp. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for inviting me on.
Of course, and we're talking about the most important meal of the day, which is breakfast.
Oh, you are so good. Yes, breakfast is the most important part of the day, and I know there's a lot of different philosophies out there for adults specifically. Maybe you're not a breakfast eater, but what I would tell you is breakfast. So you're breaking that fast, and fasting is when you went a number of hours without eating, which is real timely this week to be talking about this. So getting our brains fueled up and ready to do their job at school, being ready to be cognizant and really alert at work, you've got to fuel your body and fuel that mind.
And you got quite a few props here. So
yes, I do. I have a number of props. And the first thing that I would tell you is, and I didn't bring a picture of this, but think about the 5 food groups. You want to really get 3 of those 5 food groups. And most critical of all of those, when you think about breakfast, is probably the grains. And I would tell you, and I brought this package of quinoa along, I would tell you, you know, a breakfast cereals, there's no good or bad breakfast foods out there, but think about what grains are you eating? Have you looked at quinoa or some newer grains that are readily available at the supermarket? And then when you look at the grain food group, half of all grains should be whole grains. And so I just want to show you on this, this is a food label that would be on the side of your pretzels or cereal. Go down to total carbohydrates. And under carbohydrates is dietary fiber. The more grams of dietary fiber in a breakfast cereal or in a grain food means it's more likely to be a whole grain. And you want at least 3 grams of dietary fiber in every serving that you eat, specifically in breakfast. And if you go to some cereals, you'll find a few breakfast cereals that have 7 or 9 grams per half a cup serving, which would be excellent, because remember, we're trying to get to 30 grams of dietary fiber every day. And then you can decide if your breakfast has protein or whether it has dairy. And even for those of us that are over the age of 60, dairy and getting calcium in our diets is just as critical as our small infants and small children. So remember that and split up. If you have a dairy, don't have a protein. If you have a protein, vice versa. You can share those 2 food groups. And then think about fruits and vegetables. What can you throw into your breakfast cereal? Maybe you find a cereal you really enjoy. Go for it, especially if it's a high fiber cereal. But could you throw some blueberries? Could you throw some for strawberries? And there again, don't think about just fresh fruits and vegetables. Think about the canned, think about the frozen. You're still getting one of those food groups in your diet.
Perfect. Okay, yes. So people want to learn more, just head to your website then?
Head to our website, which is food.unl.edu, or give me a call here in North Platte at the local extension office.
Okay, all right. As always, Brenda, thank you so much for joining me.
Sure.
And Kent, back to you.